Hey guys, my name is Ben Howard and today we're out here at North Greenville University to check out the newest plastic from Goliath discs, this one being their New Testament plastic. This is supposed to be their answer to Champion, to just that stiffer plastic where you can expect the discs to be more overstable. I have two discs in this plastic, both of them being arcs, and I brought this other Oasis one to kind of give a quick comparison to it because in the hand you really don't notice that they're really different, but the main thing is that like this Oasis plastic is really gummy, and comparing that to the New Testament plastic, like I have to really try to actually get this to bend that much. It has the same grippiness, same tackiness. Like it literally just feels like they took like some kind of supports or something and just put it inside the disc to make it more like just rigid. And from what I've heard from everybody, the New Testament discs are more stable than the regular ones, and I don't think you really tell a difference from the two yellow ones. You can definitely tell the difference between these two, with this one being the Oasis, this one being the New Testament plastic, because the New Testament plastic with this one has a huge dome to it. Like the other arc's pretty flat. This one actually has like a really big pop top, and it feels a little smaller in the hand. Like this one reminds me a lot of an eagle in the hand, whereas those other two remind me more of like a CD1 or a Thunderbird type disc. Really looking forward to checking these new discs out. I hope that they are actually as stable as people are saying on the group chat, stuff like that. Because if they are, these are going straight in my bag. But yeah, let's go and get around and see how they fly. All right, guys, so we're skipping over to hole 2 because I played hole 1 and like you couldn't tell the difference between the discs at all, especially on the line I had to take. There's a bunch of trees in the way, so we're just gonna skip over to hole 2 so you can actually see what the discs fly like. What was this one? It's like par 3, 285 feet. The basket's on top of the hill straight in front of us. I think I'm just gonna throw these pretty much flat straight at the basket, so that way we can get a pretty good idea how they fly on like a flat line. I'm going with the Oasis one first. I'm expecting a little bit of turn out of this one, but I do expect it to finish near the end. Get in. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you can see there what I was expecting. Like it just kind of drifted to the right and then finished back near the end. Let's see. I'll try and throw this. This is the yellow New Testament one. So this one's a little bit flatter, so I'm expecting it to kind of do the same thing. Maybe not as much turn. Oh, early. And no turn at all. Wow, okay. So that is a lot more stable. Let's see. And so for the orange one, with it being domier, I'm kind of expecting it to be, yeah, I guess it'd be more stable. So this one I'm gonna throw out to the right over the hill flat and see how it flies. Yeah, ooh, wow, okay. Geez, and that didn't go near as far as the yellow one either. So that one's even more overstable than the yellow one. Okay, so this is where the Oasis one ended up, about 30 feet long of the basket. The yellow New Testament went about the same distance as the Oasis one, but was like 30 feet to the left. And then the orange one was short. It was basically pin high. So like, that's actually really cool because you've got like a glidey straight fairway driver, a glidey but overstable fairway driver, and then a less glidey and slightly more overstable fairway driver in these three. So that's really, really nice to see because that's kind of what I was hoping for. Because if these work out, I could have like 4 arcs in my bag and have no overlap at all, which would be really, really ideal. But let's go and make this putt. Slipped out. All right, guys, so we're on hole 3. This one's a par 3, 291 feet. Basket's on the other side of this hill. The best play I found is throw a hyzer at this bush on the right. Get it to fade in front of it. That bush is about pin high, so if I throw into it, it ends up being like a 30-ish footer, something like that. But I'm gonna go with the New Testament yellow arc as my main shot. Just throw it pretty much flat at that bush. See if it gets there. Jeez. I think I've released on a little bit of anhyzer, but you could see how fast that fought out of it. And I think they would have had the distance to get up there for a putt. I'll throw the orange one too. Try and actually throw it flat. Inside, but that might be a putt. Shot. Whoa. Okay guys, so I threw my second shot off camera because I was really far in there, and like I really didn't pitch up to a good spot either. I'm basically giving myself like a 40-footer. I don't even know if I really have a gap to the basket, so I might just be laying up again. There we go. So basically the orange arc ended up like right here, like 10 feet away, which I was kind of surprised about. I didn't think he was going to be that close, but the other two arcs ended up on top of each other in the woods, which is interesting because I threw the New Testament arc on a little bit of anhyzer, and I threw the Oasis arc on a little bit of hyzer, and they basically had the same flight, which is really, really nice. That's exactly what I'm looking for in these discs. I'm really excited to throw these some more. All right guys, so we're on hole 4. This one's a par 3, 240 feet. Basket's through this gap tucked off to the left. So I'm going with the 2 New Testament ones because they're overstable and I don't have to try and throw them on a bunch of hyzer like I will with the Oasis. But the main thing I'm looking for in the shot is just to see the distance difference, because you don't need a lot of distance off the tee. You just really need a good amount of right to left movement. So I'm going with the orange arc as my main shot. Oh wow, okay. I had the right distance, it just kind of wouldn't stay in the air. I think that got past the kudzu a little bit, but it might not have. That's too low, but that's going over the kudzu. Okay, so this is where the orange arc ended up. The yellow one's like, it's almost to the next hole's tee pad. Let's go make this putt. Dang. All right guys, we're on hole 5. This one's a par 3, 270 feet. Basket straight ahead on island green. Yeah, I'm going with the New Testament yellow one again. I think I can throw it flat. No, I need to throw in a little bit of hyzer just because it's gonna go a little too far, I think, if I throw it flat. And I'll throw the orange one flat just to compare. Sit down. That hit on the island, but it might have skipped out of bounds long. Let's see what the orange arc does. Yeah, that's out of bounds to the right. So yeah, the orange arc was about basically pin high, out of bounds to the right, which I don't know if I threw that on anhyzer or if that, we had some headwind, so maybe that turned it a little bit. I don't know why it turned like that, but I'm assuming it's because I threw it on anhyzer. But then the yellow arc is barely in bounds. Get our meter in. Make this really difficult putt as easy as we can. There we go. Nice to finally get a birdie. All right guys, we're on hole 6. This one's a par 4, 528 feet. The basket's over here to the right, just across the running track. You can see between the trees, but this building in front of us places a Mando to the left, so we gotta go around it. So off the tee, we really don't need a lot of distance. I just really wanna be able to throw something at the buildings and have it fade off of them. So I'm going with the orange arc. A little to the left of it, but that's fine. Ooh, no skip at all, but we still have an angle to get around there to the green. Okay, so we got far enough around the corner to where I'm gonna have a basically like a kind of chip shot in the green. Main thing I got to worry about is the OB left. But I'll go with the yellow arc again on the forehand. Just really want to make sure if I do anything, I want to miss this to the right. But I'm trying to aim for this gap right here. I'm assuming that counts as a missed Mando, so we'll throw from right here. Pretty much going for the same shot, but a little bit closer, and going with the yellow New Testament arc. There we go. Oh, ruined by that branch. Man, all my putts have been in line. They're just a little low. All right, guys, so for hole 7, got a par 3, 270 feet. Basket straight ahead, tucked in the tree line. Main thing is really just got to throw something fast to get under the ceiling while still maintaining its height. So I'm gonna go with the 2 yellow arcs, try and compare them. I think I'm gonna go with the New Testament arc just to make sure that I don't turn this over or anything like that, because we do have a right to left wind, but I'm just gonna aim a little bit to the right of the basket. I don't know if I'm releasing that. I must be releasing that on Anheuser, because that disc is not understable by any means. It shouldn't be turning like that. I don't know why I'm releasing it like that though. Weird. All right, Oasis arc. Just needed a little bit more hyzer on that, but that's a putt, I think. A little low. All right, guys, we're on hole 8. This one is a par 4, 450 feet. Basket's down this way, tucked off to the left in the wood line. Going with the New Testament yellow arc. Just trying to get it down there as far as I can. I really don't need to try and penetrate into the woods. I mainly just want to throw it down there and have a upshot into the gap. Got a little bit of headwind though. Ooh, man, I think I am releasing that on Anheuser, but because it's got a stable finish to it. I don't know what I'm doing. Ugh. There we go. Okay, so I went back and looked at the footage, and I didn't release this one on Anheuser. I don't know if I did or didn't with the other releases that I thought I did, but that's interesting to see that this thing actually has some turn to it. And granted, I was throwing it into a headwind, so I should have expected it to turn, but that's going to be interesting to see how much turn that actually has once I actually get used to it and throwing it with some confidence. But I'm going to try a thumber with the Oasis one. If I get anywhere near this dead tree you see in front of us over the hill, it'll be perfectly fine. Needed a little bit farther out to the left, but that wasn't actually that bad. Oh, dang. I was trying to hit the basket. Use the basket as the backstop. The leaf helped. Okay, whatever. All right, guys, that finished up a round out here with the new NT plastic. I was surprised to see that there actually was some difference between the colors with these. The main thing I was thinking was like you get like a little bit more of a slower flight out of the orange one because it's a little bit more stable and it does have a little bit more of a slower feel in the hand. But like in reality, this thing is just more so kind of like that Thunderbird slot where this is I can throw it flat. No, it's not gonna turn unless I throw it into a headwind, like you could see on hole 8. But even into that headwind, it faded out at the end. So this is probably gonna go in the bag to replace that kind of Thunderbird slot. I'll have to see where exactly it fits in the bag, but definitely going in the bag. Speaking of going in the bag, this one's definitely going in the bag because I've been looking for that disc that'll I can throw flat, it will turn, but it will fade. And that's what this one does. And it has a more reliable finish than the Oasis arcs, which is what I've been using for that slot. And they're great. Like, I can throw an Oasis arc almost as far as I can throw most of my distance drivers, but they're really touchy and they just don't really fill that slot as well as these new NT arcs do. So I'm definitely gonna have to restructure my bag just a little bit, try and figure out where stuff fits in. But I'm really looking forward to doing that because these discs are really nice and plastic feels great. I'm really looking forward to having these in the bag. I believe Josh said that these are coming out next week, so if you want to get your hands on them, I'll make sure to put a post out on Instagram, everything when these come out. But if you use my code BenHauer10, it'll get you 10% off your order, so keep that in mind when you go to order these. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and you have a good one.